producers. It's Matt from Music Producer School. It's a little cool in here today. Hope y'all are doing well. We are doing Let's Make a Song, and I believe we are up to part 18 today. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If you have missed any of our previous lessons, you can go to the link that I'm going to put in the chat right here in just a moment. Let's just keep this to Ableton here. All right. And then in the links, I'm going to put a link to all of our different social media stuff. And if you want to catch any of the previous lessons, how we got to where we are, you can go ahead and find all of the previous lessons at this link that I'm putting in the chat right now. And you can check out our Facebook, YouTube. All of our links are on there. And be sure to check out the beginning of this lesson. So let's take, as always, a quick little listen and see where we are. Not going to play the whole thing, but just get a little feel here. All right, we got that. All right, we're getting our playback there. Not getting playback to you guys. Let's see if we can fix that. Well, let's make sure we don't have anything muted. All right, we had one of our tracks soloed. Let's see if my studio mixer decides to play along here. All right, all of that. And there we go. All I can do is dance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so where we left off the last time, we were kind of filling in some of the arrangement. And as you can see here with all of the markers that I have up top, we pretty much have the whole song mapped out now. So what we're doing now is kind of just filling in the holes. So what I want to do, I think, today is let's start looking at some of these builds, because that's definitely something that we for sure are going to need to do. And let's take a listen to this snare that we're using. Okay, so we may be able to get away with using some of this snare and this clap for our build. So I'm going to unfreeze these, but we definitely need to get a build going here. So when we come into our build A, let's unsolo here. Okay, so we're going to start it kind of slow in this build A. So I'm going to just go ahead and copy this whole thing over here. And we're going to consolidate it so that way we have a little bit of a clean slate to work from. So this tight snare, we're just going to do some quarter notes at first. And we're also going to bring the velocity down a good little ways on these so we can build. All I can do is, all I can do is, all I can do is dance. All I can do is, all I can do is, all I can do is dance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you see how that's going to work. So I'm going to do the same thing with the clap. I'm going to consolidate so we have a nice fresh section to work with. And then here, we're going to repeat the same thing, but we're going to use this little Ableton trick to actually have these numbers so that we're actually getting a faster section. All I can do is, all I can do is, all I can do is dance. All I can do is, all I can do is, all I can do is dance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so for sure, I want to stop on at the very latest, this last 4 beat right here, because we're going to do kind of a nice splash at the end. All right, so another quick little tip here on builds like this. You can hear how mechanical. Let's go ahead and just set all of these to full blast, and I may just do the automation with a utility plugin, and we'll just do it because, in other words, I think the full power samples to be hitting here, but we'll just use our gain here, and we'll just automate the volume there to get it a little bit more of a build. And then I think the other thing we're going to do is at the end of this. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna get started here with our gain automation. So let's start it off maybe, yeah, like 7 dB, and then we're gonna build all the way back up to where we were. I'm gonna put this little curve in here to get it to kind of curve in. And then we're also gonna start off with this frequency here because I want to start it off a little more subdued. And then we'll automate it to come and give it that sweeping in filter effect that we always love so much. And then for this one especially, I'm going to do this curve at the end to get it to kind of sweep in. So let's check that out with the clap. And then the same thing with the clap here. I'm going to also automate this high part because we don't want it to be jumping out of nowhere. Let's see if that works. Okay, so another quick thing I wanted to do here, I want to take actually all of these down to 100, because what I'm gonna do is if there's any drummers out there, you know that you don't play a fill just da 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 da, right? There's always some accents and stuff going on. So if you're not a drummer, you might not be thinking about stuff like this, but when you're creating a build like this, we don't want to just go da 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 da, like that's when it starts to sound super robotic. So a natural drummer would probably be accenting on the 4s. Dun, da, 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 da. I'm sorry, that's on the it's really the fifth count, but if we're doing 16th notes, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So we're gonna do it on that 2 and 4, and it'll make a little more sense when I show you in here how we're gonna set it up. So a solo here. So we're gonna go 1 and 2 and we're gonna accent that 2 and the 4 right there. It's not gonna be much, it'll be subtle, but the difference will be there. And then this cashmere tight snare, another thing you have to be careful of. So let me go ahead and bring all these down to about here. And see if we can get a little bit more of an accent going. Yeah, now you can hear it a little bit better. So we're just going to copy that over with the automation. And then the same thing here. We're going to do 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And we're going to get an accent going on that 2 and 4. So now we're going to copy that over. Whoop, I lost my automation on the 4 there. And then again, we're going to get rid of this right here. Okay, so let's check that out now. See if it sounds a little more natural. Okay, and the same thing here. When we get into these 16ths, digga digga dick, we need to alter some of these so that they sound a little more natural. Let's try that. Yeah, that's sounding a lot more natural. So we're going to copy that over, and then once again get rid of these beats at the end of that 4. Hey, what's up, John Yee? This software is Ableton Live, and if you go to ableton.com, you can go there and download a free version. And thanks for the comment, my friend. I appreciate it. All right, so let's check this out. Let's check it with the claps now. Oh, we missed one right here, and I could hear it just that quickly how mechanical it gets if you don't have these variations in here. And I would recommend even going in and doing some more, a little bit wilder variations, because the more intricate you get with these, the more human it's going to sound. Yeah, I like that. Let's check it with the track. All I can do is, all I can do is, all I can do is dance. And then since we're here as well, let's go ahead and get, I don't want to use the same down lifters for everything. So let's find a new down lifter. Just something basic like that. Brand new kind of pain. And all I can do is, all I can do is, all I can do is that. All I can do is, all I can. Okay, so same thing here. I want to bring this auto filter in and subdue this a little bit more. All I can do is, all I can do is. So I'm going to bring it in a little bit higher, but then we're going to bring it down low super quickly. Something like this. Well, I guess it doesn't want to let me do that without putting another point in. That's okay. So something like that. All I can do, all I can do is, all I can do is, all I can do is. All right, that's cool for one. Then maybe a quicker one here. Let me go ahead and get a new down lifter track going here. Call this down lifter 2, and then we'll call this down lifter 1. And I don't really mind mixing these up with the tracks. All I can do is. So we're going to get this in a little bit higher. All I can do is, all I can do is, all I can do is dance. All I can do is. All right, and then let's see if we could do some type of sub drop here. Kind of like that with possibly that bass down lifter, that sub drop. So something like that with one of these sub drops. Something like that. So let's check these now. All right, and then let's see if we can get a little bit of this cleaned up. Yep, we're going to drop it in just a second there, my friend. Alright, that was my sub drop. And then where did my... Did I just lose? Did I just lose? That bass drop? I don't know how that happened. Alright, so let's check these again. Okay, we also have this LFO tool on here. So let's go ahead and just take that out completely. Okay, I did it the opposite, wrong way there. Alright, so now we've got just a little LFO coming in at the end here, which really don't matter. Okay, and on this, I like this snare impact, but it's just cutting off a little bit quickly. So I'm going to just throw a reverb on it. And I'm going to just get rid of that LFO tool. Okay, and this snare here has a little bit of a click on the end of it. Let's see if we can get rid of that, and we should be good to go. And then this guy probably needs to be shortened up a little bit as well. So we're going to bring him back here. All right, let's see what that sounds like with the track. All right, I like it. It's just a little bit too loud. But besides that, we should be good to go. So while we're doing that, we now want to do an uplifter. And then I know also on the end of this thing, I want it to go into our drop here. I want to also go ahead and I want to copy this and bring this over to bring us into our drop as well on that last beat. So you'll hear that here. And we'll have to do, of course, a better uplifter here to go into that. Okay, this is a good one to start with. So we're going to call this uplifter, we're going to call this uplifter 1. And then we're going to get probably 2 more in here. Uplifter 2, uplifter 3. And we'll consolidate a lot of these later on. First A, okay, our build here. So we're going to go with this uplifter. And then we want it to cut off on that 4th beat with our clap right here. So we're going to cut it off right here. think we need another one. A quicker one. Okay, so this is an evolution of sound one we have, and this one's actually in the key of A. So let's see how this one sounds as well. I'm not a fan of that one. Maybe this one. Alright, cool. Now, I'm pretty sure I had copied over our stuff going into the drop here. And I'm not sure, this might be some Ableton stuff. I feel like I'm losing some stuff here. Alright, good. So we're getting there. So now what we need to do is this. We took out some of our LFO. So we want to start getting that pump going here now. Okay, so the only other thing now I'm hearing is it sounds like our filter is clamping on a little bit too hard here. Alright, cool. So I think we're gonna cut it a little short for today. I just wanted to show y'all basically the main idea where we're at now. And then I forgot to take my own advice on this one, but I haven't saved anything yet. So let's do a file save as, and this will be 18.1. So I hope this has given y'all some ideas as far as the main thing I wanted to convey with these last couple lessons is if you can get your song mapped out, you know, in arrangement like this, the song is there. All we need to do now is just go through and we just need to fill in these pieces. So that's what I'm going to be doing the next couple lessons. Just filling in these pieces, building up some more build-ups and downlifters and stuff like that to kind of spice up the track. And then there might be one or two more little key elements that we add in musically. What's up, MD? Hey, MD, the next one I'm going to do is hip-hop. So we have probably, I would say, this week and next week, and I'll be finishing this dance song. And then the following week, I'll start up a new one doing hip-hop because I've had a bunch of people request that. So I'll be sure to do that. So, okay, you guys, I just want to do some quick build-up stuff today. I hope that gave you some ideas. Main takeaway today is on those build-ups. This is not the finished product by any means, but I wanted to show you how a lot of people at first, especially beginning producers, they don't realize you can't just copy and paste notes and make builds. You know, you have to give it a little bit of feel, a little bit of groove like a natural drummer would. So that's part of the secret with these filtering techniques, the volume automations, and some of the velocity stuff on the notes themselves. So I hope that was helpful. We'll be back on Saturday. We're going to start wrapping this thing up. We're getting pretty close. Y'all have a great day. See y'all on